Bob,
Yes.
you're going to love this question. You're going to
Go
love
ahead.
this question.
Go ahead.
We're supposed to be talking about WandaVision, but we're going to talk about Reanimator for a second. For a second,
Okay.
we're going to talk about Reanimator.
I love
Reanimator. I love
Yeah.
Reanimator too. My question to you is, and I love asking people this question, does Herbert West save the cat?
It's a good question.
Right?
I don't need to. Do I need to answer that? I think
no, you don't have to answer it. It's
yeah.
like kind of rhetorical, but it's like
Right.
It's I think it's like an amazing question because it's like, wait a minute, like, does he save the cat? How does? Well, here's the thing, though. When I mean, not literally.
I mean,
not
like according to the rules of the book, save the cat. I would say yes.
Huh?
But also in the you're talking. I get the joke, but
well, I mean, in terms of like his likability as a character, like we love Ripley because she goes back for her cat. You know, well, that's one of the reasons why we love Ripley, but she goes back for her cat. You know, does Herbert West? I mean, Herbert West is demented in his when he brings dead things back to life. It's a fetish. It's a fetish for him. He fetishizes
you're
the
saying
experiment.
That the character's motivation, actually detracts from his likability.
I think so. I mean, well, no, it just means he's not a hero and he's not a villain and he's not even, I don't even know if he's an anti-hero. He is just he's just a dude who is on a quest and we're rooting.
In this situation, I just would say someone like Herbert West is the protagonist. It's the cleanest way to say it. Like,
he's the protagonist.
Yeah, right. And there's a lot, I think that sometimes people don't understand that the protagonist doesn't need to be the hero or the good guy. He's just the protagonist. That's a common mistake, but it's basic stuff. But a lot of people don't know that. But Herbert West is the protagonist, whether you like him or not. I think that's the audience's decision.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting how like we don't know how the cat died in the first place. Did Herbert? It's always implied that Herbert, not implied, but it's suspected that it might have been Herbert West who let that cat expire in order to experiment on the cat. It's never said. He gives an explanation. He says the cat got its head stuck in a jar. Right. He said, what was I supposed to do? Leave you a note, cat dead, details later. And we're supposed to take that at face value. But as we know, Herbert West has a way of getting himself into trouble.
The movie itself will inform your decision of what happened then. You know what I mean? Like your own personal, like everybody comes to their own decision of what he actually did there.
Yes. So in that case, I think that he allowed that cat to expire. The cat might have gotten its head caught in a jar, but he allowed it to happen because, how convenient, I can bring this cat back to life.
If I had to bet with a gun to my head, I would say, yes, you are right. He let it happen. He doesn't have much care for life. That the movie does not convey that. It just doesn't. No. Yeah.
Which is why when he says that I'm doing this because, for science, for medical science and save people, that's the excuse that he uses to do this thing that frankly feels like a fetish. It's like not necessarily.
I've never heard. Yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard fetish used for that movie. But.
Here's the thing. I think you can fetish something. You could fetishize something without it doesn't have to be sexual per se. I'm sure probably the textbook definition is going to say it's related to sex, but
he's kind of got that mad scientist like comedic obsession on something. Like, you know what I mean? Like Doc Brown is obsessed.
It's a compulsion.
When we first meet him. Compulsion.
It's a compulsion. Yeah. It's a compulsion.
It's not sexual, right?
And it's a non-sexual fetishized compulsion to bring things back from the dead. And ultimately, when he does bring that cat back to life the second time, it is not to save the cat. It is to show Dan what he can do.
Right.
And therefore, I guess actually he doesn't save the cat. When I'm thinking about it right now, I don't think he saves the cat at all. He proves that he proves that even though he might be a protagonist, he is a bad guy. And that's WandaVision.
WandaVision. It's a really difficult question. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's
fun.
That's good, man. I never heard that.
Yeah. Just to get our brains.
Get
our brains spinning.
Now I kind of want to watch Reanimator.
Oh yeah, I did that. I did it the day that Stuart Gordon died. I think was the last time, and I did it live here. But I didn't have this sort of format yet. I was still.
Do you know what I watched the day he died?